All right, this is hilarious because I wondered the same thing. When they showed Geno Auriemma in the post game press conference, and he sort of glanced over at Paige Bueckers, and it appeared that he may have had some tears in his eyes. Everyone started saying he was emotional and he was crying and all that. And even behind the scenes a little bit, I had a back and forth where I was saying, "Are we sure he's crying?" Because I'm not positive that's the case. But then every outlet ran with it, so I just thought I was the one that was wrong, and I relented. Right? When you see the official March Madness account put this post out there that says Coach Geno was emotional as Paige Bueckers was leaving the presser, and you see Paige leave, and then they pan to Geno, slow pan, and it does look like he could have been a little caught up with emotion, possibly. Or he could have been just perplexed or annoyed looking to the side. I don't know. But everyone assumed he was emotional, and it fit the story really well because it was Paige's final game that game in front of the home crowd at Gamble Pavilion. And therefore, that's what it was. Everybody went with it, and I was willing to concede Geno was crying. Until now, Sue Bird has stated that she does not believe that was the case. She said this on her podcast with Megan Rapinoe, the Touch More podcast, and seems to vehemently deny the idea that Geno was emotional in that moment, that Geno was showing said emotion. Here's what Sue Bird had to say about that and why she doesn't think it was the case.
And then in the post-game press conference, there was this moment where she exits the podium, and then they catch Coach Auriemma in a moment where he has like a weird look on his face. He kind of rubs his nose, and it's going around the internet that he was crying. And I just want to say, as someone who played there and knows this man pretty well, ain't no fucking way he was crying. And that has nothing to do with Paige. He might go home at night and cry about this. No way was he crying on that podium in that moment. Maybe if they win the championship. No chance. I can't wait for somebody to ask him. I'm looking forward to somebody asking him about that.
Somebody needs to issue that correction stat.
You heard it here first. I say no chance he was crying. If anything, he was giving a look like these fucking guys. That's what I caught. His shtick is to like be annoyed with them all the time and make fun of them. That's what I caught.
So it will be funny to see when Geno is now inevitably asked about this. And I'm sure UConn will have press availability soon. They're about to play Oklahoma for a chance to continue to advance to get to the Elite Eight. That's their Sweet 16 game. Obviously, Geno got some good news this week with AZ Fudd deciding to stay at UConn. But apparently, according to Sue Bird, there's no crying in basketball, at least when it comes to the UConn coach.